Liquid Death. What comes to mind when you hear the name? Definitely not drinking. But what if I told you that this is just what the company wants you to think, not your typical drink company? With its edgy branding, skull-themed cans, and viral marketing campaigns, Liquid Death has taken the beverage industry by storm, redefining what it means to sell water. Their business model has made them a billion-dollar empire, turning their wild idea into a global phenomenon. So how did a company selling canned mountain water achieve such massive success? And most importantly, how did they do it just by selling water in an already crowded market? Mike Cesario, the visionary founder of Liquid Death, grew up in Pennsylvania, where he developed an early love for music and the counterculture of punk rock and heavy metal. After high school, he attended the Art Center College of Design in California, where he obtained a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Advertising. He then went on to work as a creative director for agencies such as VaynerMedia, helping brands create engaging campaigns. However, while his work was successful, Mike became unsatisfied with the world of corporate branding. He noticed that most marketing for energy drinks and beer looked cooler and were more effective when compared to healthy beverage options. Therefore, this frustration planted a seed in his mind. What if he could create ads that didn't feel like marketing, but instead spoke to people's interests in an authentic and entertaining way? But Mike still had one problem. It was the clients he was making the advertisements for. They limited the type of ads he could create. Therefore, he decided to start thinking about creating his own product, for which he could control the entire aspect of advertising. And little did Mike know, that single thought during his advertising career would become the foundation for a brand unlike anything the beverage industry had ever seen. The idea for Liquid Death was born out of an observation. Mike initially thought of the idea when attending a Vans Warped Tour music festival. After meeting some band members, he discovered that many were drinking water from Monster Energy drink cans, the tour's sponsor for that year. So, he thought, why aren't there products with similar branding to companies such as Monster, or beer brands with something which is actually healthy? The product was simple but clever. 100% natural mountain water from the Austrian Alps sold in tall, beer-like aluminum cans. The cans were designed to look like heavy metal concert merch, emphasizing sustainability, since aluminum is more recyclable than plastic. But launching Liquid Death wasn't easy. As you probably guessed, the idea sounded absurd to most investors, and therefore Mike struggled to secure funding. However, all of this changed when he pitched his concept to a niche group of early adopters who believed in his vision. These investors included Biz Stone, co-founder of Twitter, Jen Rubio, co-founder and CEO of Away, and Michael Dubin, who is the co-founder of Dollar Shave Club. Together, they were able to raise $1.6 million in seed funding, and Liquid Death was ready to hit the market and unleash a marketing campaign that would not only defy industry norms, but also make Liquid Death a household name. Liquid Death's marketing approach was as unconventional as its name. Instead of targeting your traditional audience, the brand appealed to the heavy metal fans, punk rockers, and the young generation with its rebellious image. They used slogans such as "Murder Your Thirst" and "Death to Plastic," pairing humor with environmental awareness. Their YouTube and TikTok accounts featured edgy memes, prank videos, and even fake horror movie trailers starring their cans.
I don't know if the Liquid Death cans are alive or evil or...
Oh my god. They're all loose.
And if you think this is crazy, They went even further, offering free tattoos of their logo to fans, creating a cult-like following, and enlisted celebrities like Tony Hawk, who even donated his own blood to be used in limited edition Liquid Death skateboards. Yes, his blood. Now that's just insane. But fortunately for them, the strategy worked, and by 2020, Liquid Death had gone viral, with millions of views on their ads and a dedicated fan base that treated the brand more like a lifestyle movement than a water company. But as Liquid Death's popularity skyrocketed, so did the skepticism, and the joke that was once funny was starting to become more serious. Liquid Death has had its fair share of challenges. When Liquid Death launched, the company was associated with being a fake idea of masculinity, and critics often dismissed the brand as a gimmick, questioning whether consumers would continue paying a premium for what was essentially just canned water. Some environmentalists even criticized the brand for promoting aluminum over glass or refillable bottles, despite aluminum's recyclability. And their edgy branding, such as their heavy metal imagery, was even frowned upon by some as inappropriate for a water product. But the company never had to issue a public apology until they created the ad with the superhero from Prime Video's The Boys. The purpose of the controversial ad was to promote the brand's flavored sparkling water, but the idea to teach kids about the dangers of sugary drinks by making a kid drink a glass full of sugar and smoking a cigarette in front of a bunch of kids was a bad idea. So, on June 12th of 2024, the beverage company issued an apology and ended their partnership with the Amazon Prime superhero. But despite these controversies, Liquid Death leaned into its rebellious persona, using the criticism as fuel for more viral campaigns. And with skeptics watching closely, Mike and his team doubled down, determined to prove that Liquid Death wasn't just a marketing gimmick, but a bona fide industry disruptor. The Liquid Death bold marketing strategy was starting to pay off financially. By 2022, the company's revenues had surpassed $100 million, and they generated $263 million the following year in 2023. Therefore, by 2024, in just a few years after its launch, Liquid Death raised $67 million in funding and received a $1.4 billion valuation. Today, you can find Liquid Death products on the shelves at Target, 7-Eleven, Walmart, and Whole Foods. The great success of the company's plain canned water has allowed them to also branch out into other drinks, like iced tea and flavored sparkling water, with flavors such as Mango Chainsaw, Severed Lime, and Dead Billionaire. They also sell merchandise like t-shirts, hats, and even novelty items like body bags, highlighting the brand's cult-like appeal. For many, Liquid Death's success is paradoxical. The company's core product does not offer an outstanding innovation regarding its water, yet the brand's gravitational pull seems to have disrupted the market. And that's the trick. It's not what's in the tallboy cans that have driven Liquid Death's success, but everything around it, the edgy branding, uncommon beverage names, and controversial marketing ads. So now, Liquid Death has proved that it isn't just a water company, it's a cultural phenomenon. Its success has redefined how brands approach marketing, proving that authenticity, humor, and a bold vision can turn even the simplest product into a billion-dollar empire. Therefore, as Liquid Death continues to grow, its influence on sustainability and branding innovation will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact on the industry.